Okay, I'm going to take a couple of minutes here and just talk everyone through literally a start to finish project on Lighting Boss. And I think we can do it in about 5 minutes or less. So I want to show you the whole entire process and how we go about creating drawings, as-built, estimates, and parts lists in just a couple of minutes. So the first thing that we have to start with is obviously some type of image to draw on. So I like Google Earth. I like it because it's free. I dislike the fact that it's not overly updated. But having said that, we can still get pretty accurate images pretty quickly. In another video, I showed how I could get a drone video or drone images into the application in less than 10 minutes. So I think that drones are a fantastic way to take these images to draw on top. But if you're not a drone guy, you're just too stubborn to jump into that, Google Earth is a really great second resource. So I got a good friend who is working on a project down in South America. It's the last thing that we Googled. It's a big country club. So you see we have the ability to kind of move around and get different angles. Obviously, the majority of our projects aren't going to be this big, but this is a great one to see and test. So let's just say I want to start by getting some detail on this front entrance. So I zoomed in on that, got a nice clear picture, and I'm going to take a screenshot. Now, typically on the average home, you'll only need one image, but as you can see, as I'll show you, you can draw on multiple images to get multiple viewpoints. So I'll just take a couple more screenshots while I'm in here. So obviously, again, very big property. So if we were lighting the whole thing, it might take 500 or 1,000 fixtures to light this place. So it'd obviously be a little cluttered if you did all of that on one image. But we're going to move now into Lighting Boss, which I've signed into. I have 0 projects on here, so we're going to start by creating a project. Now, as I think I've mentioned, we have tied this into ServiceMinder, so if you have a ServiceMinder account, you can actually upload your client's information from ServiceMinder. This is not tied into ServiceMinder, so we're just going to call it a basic project. Project name, I'll just make something up. I'll call it Tiburon Golf Resort. Client name, again, we'll call them Tiburon. Address 12345 Golf Course Way. Email address, I can put this in. I'll just put in tiburon@gmail.com. So if I wanted to send a very basic proposal, we basically just have an Excel spreadsheet that can be sent over. It's not very impressive. We're working on that. Then I can input a phone number: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1. So I have all this information in here. Now I'm going to create the project. Once I do that, then I can go ahead and start adding images. So I'm going to add the images of the screenshots that I just took. So I'll start with that one. Then I'll add the other 2. Obviously, this happens very, very quickly. Okay, so I am ready to get started. So that took, 2 minutes to do. So again, I'm ready to start drawing on top of this image. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I want to illuminate the front entrance. Now notice at the bottom, I have all these different generic lights that I can choose from with generic pricing. You would obviously tailor this to your pricing and how you did quotes. But I've got transformers, different types of fixtures that I can choose from. So I want to start with a couple of well lights. And I'll start with this well light, and I'll put it right here, right here, right here, and right here. Again, notice in the top corner that a price is being built, and that price is going into our estimator. So it's not only a price, but it's a part list that we can kick out by hitting this button on the top right. So boom, I've got a CSV file and a parts list right now that I could send to my supplier, I could send to my office manager. So anyhow, I'm gonna go back to this image, and I'm gonna add a few more things. I'm gonna add a couple of these spotlight 3s. I want them to go on this tree, and then I want a few pathway lights. We'll do pathway light 1. I want that here, 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 and here. Now let's kind of work our way toward the sides over here. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some well lights on these structures. And let's do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, now I also have this center island here that I gotta do something with. So let's go ahead and put a few more pathway lights around it. We'll go around the edges for security. And we'll say that we did a couple of spotlights. We'll do spotlight 2. Spotlights here. Right underneath this tree. Okay. Now, we've got to figure out where our transformers are going. So, I'm going to take transformer 1. Let's just say there's power on this island, and I'll pop it here, right in the center. Probably need a transformer to control this side, so let's just say that our outlet is here, for argument's sake. We'll say that we have another transformer that we're going to pop right here, and then a final transformer that's going to go right here. So right now, if I do a per fixture price, I've already got an estimate. We've done that in just a couple of minutes. We have the fixture location and we have a full estimate right here with our controls. If we want to charge for lamps, we can do it here. We have all the different options. You could tailor this to whatever lamps you sell. You can charge labor on top of it. You can charge for connectors. You can charge for cable. You can charge for whatever you want, and you can charge however you want. The last thing I'm going to show you, I'll zoom back in. The last thing I'm going to show you is one of my favorite features, which is the wiring. So this is probably the trickiest part because it is a little touchy. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. But once I get used to it, I can rip out this wiring diagram very, very quickly. So I'm going to do a blue run on this transformer, and it's going to hit this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Then I'll go ahead and do a green run that kind of wraps around and hits these. And then let's do a yellow run that then hits all of these. Okay, so you see how I did that in just a matter of seconds. I'm going to work my way over now. And obviously this way, I really only need to do one run. Boom. There's kind of the tricky part, because when I touch the screen, it wants to add cable. See, I'm just moving this dot, and then wherever I touch the screen from there, cable is added. In order to get rid of those dots, make changes, I simply touch the endpoints, and they go away. So I'm on my last part here, and I'm going to show you how to hub this whole thing out too, because I can do hubs on this wiring. So let's just say I wanted to hub this whole entire thing. drop it on the transformer, and boom, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, I'll go there. So my transformer is just acting like one big hub. So see, there are a number of different ways that we can do this wiring breakdown. And it's pretty damn fast once you get used to it. So I can also make notes here. I'm back to my illuminator screen so that the wiring goes away. I have a full estimate. I've got a drawing with whatever, 25 different fixtures, and I did that all in just a matter of minutes. Now, if I want to get this information to the client, really the best way to do it is screenshotting. Again, if you want to send this to the client or not, that's totally up to you. The best way to do it, take your screenshot of the wiring if you want, take your screenshot of the estimator, and send them over in email form. Again, the whole idea is just to get them to get you a deposit check right there while you're on site. But if you feel the need to do emails, that's the way I'm recommending it right now until we can build out a better proposal platform. So we're working on that. As of now, we just have a very basic spreadsheet that it kicks everything into, but we're trying to work on a PDF that has all the information on one screen and can also be signed, because that would be great if you could get a signature and then a deposit check right there. There are ways to kick this into QuickBooks, and as we know, QuickBooks Online at least has a way to take a signature, it has a way to take pricing, and has a slightly prettier proposal look than this does right now. But again, that's something we're working on. Just wanted to show you all the functionalities and how quickly we were able to do all of this. So hopefully it's worth you guys checking out and you see the value in what we have built so far. Thanks, everybody.